2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should be recording now. Hi everyone, my name is Tess Lamping and welcome to my YouTube channel. And this is Christian. Today I want to talk about, I admit it, I lost $31.14. And mind you, I sized down today. I did about 50 shares. Probably should have done 10, but there's no but about it. He's got a lawnmower, sorry. So I didn't trade a single, I didn't trade what was on my watch list, and I should have. And the one time that I didn't, I lose $31.14. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but that is just mind-blowing, especially since I'm making like $3, $5, $10, $15. It's not huge in the grand scheme of things, but it's big for today, and especially since my best month was $53. I don't know what I'm up in the month of September. Today is September 25th, 2020. So I'm trying this new thing where at the end of the month, that's when I'm going to calculate my gains, so that way I'm not focused totally on profits, although now in my mind it's like, shoot, I have a $30 loss. But that's not the end all be all, because it was on patterns that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm learning, or I shouldn't have been in. But it's not so much that I shouldn't have been in them, it's just a good learning experience of just new patterns. I just need to use 10 shares instead of 50, especially if I'm learning them. So let's see over here. Oy, this is just terrible. Mind you, I was up $5 on my first trade and I should have quit there. I knew it. I even said it out loud. Christian, don't hit those, please. No. That's glass. No. Don't make me come get you. Christian, come here. Don't. You know how to stay away from that. Yeah, go play. Sorry about that. So I was up first. TAT. Let me go to that chart. Got breakables in a cabinet, so I apologize. So this actually was a pretty good trade, and I shouldn't have gotten greedy. I should have stopped right here. This was perfect. And I'm just so dumb for getting aggressive. Oh, I'm kicking myself. So I was in at 668 and out at 680. All within a minute, less than a minute. So 660, market open. I was up here. It was a dip and it spiked. You can't really see it, but it was a dip and then it spiked. And that was beautiful. I just held on to it. I saw that it was time that I should probably be selling, and that's what I did. Actually, no, it wasn't on the dip. It was on the breakout. What time was it? Let me get 6:36. So pardon me. It was on, no? Yeah, it's on the dip. Sorry, it's just so hard to see. I wonder if I take show extend hours off. Okay, so yeah. 6:36, right here. So I did buy on the dip, market open, it panicked a little bit. Yeah, it's still hard to see. But 660 or 668 to 680. It's right in here. Or right here. Anyways, it was just a good trade. I was up $5 on the day, which would have been a fabulous day, and I just got greedy and I wanted to try new stuff. And with the markets going, or SPI going from 1 to the 45s, I guess you could say I had FOMO. It was just very depressing. But it's a good lesson, so I'm not upset. I am, but it's not the end all be all. I'm kicking myself for not just being happy with what was there. So CBAT 952, I was in it. Okay, so this one was really frustrating. So 268, 952. I was in on the dip because this was where I was trying the gap and crap reversal. I should have known better because Roland said he's really watching and being safe, and then he mentioned someone mentioned SGBX was a gap and crap reversal, and I was wanting to try this one. I forced it. I shouldn't have. So that's just my fault. So I got in here. It went up a little bit. Let's see, I got in at 268. I got in right at the top, and then it panicked, and I didn't cut losses fast enough. Let's see here, 268. I tried twice, so it's not like I didn't try to cut them. I just didn't get filled until 240, which is right in here. So by the second minute, I was able to get filled and got out. That's where my 25, actually no, it was a $30 loss because it wiped out my $5 gain and left me with 25. So it was a $30 loss. And it was 50 shares. So it's a good lesson that if you go from almost 270 to 240, you could make $30. But it's also like, make sure your patterns are on point. And so I should have traded 10 shares. It would have made my loss much smaller. But it's a good lesson, and now I need to know. So let's go to SGBX. So 930, it panicked a little bit and then it spiked. So what did it look like pre-market? It faded a lot pre-market, panicked even more pre-market, so it broke down right there, and then it spiked. What did CBAT, what's the difference? Why did that one? Volume. What about the daily? Oh, okay, so this wasn't a gap and crap really. It was the third day of the runner. That's good to know. I didn't even pay attention to that. I just saw that it was up here, so I thought it was a gap. Thought crap. But there's the first green day, second green day, also a breakout. There's a third green day, or you could consider it a second green day. I wouldn't really consider it a green day at all because these didn't close near its highs. There's a breakout. Spiked is in the hot sector for right now, the energies. And so it's a failed third green day. So my bad, SGBX. This is good learning. This is a gap, so it gapped up way up here, panicked, spiked, and then went down. So, okay, that's the difference, and I'll pay more attention to that next time. Thanks for learning with me. TATT, try it again. See, this is one gapped, but it panicked, and that's when I dip bought it. But it looks like I tried it again. Ooh. 635 and out at 6. Alright, why did I get into this? 635. I got in because I thought it was going to hold this level and then spike up since it already came up. If that's the right time. Yep, 956. 9:56 roughly. Yep, and then I got caught in this panic again and sold right there. So, it's just terrible. Christian's got the phone. He keeps calling someone. Yeah, so that's a good lesson. Buy that initial panic and then spike, and that's it. So, 2 good lessons learned right there. That's why I recommend everyone making videos and posting them and reviewing their trades, because this sucks. GNUS. What time? 10:08. 10:08. Right in here. So I thought it was gonna, let's see, 135, yep, right in here. So I thought it was gonna hold this level, seemed like it. I bought when it was spiking, then it panicked. So I got out pretty good on that one. So that wasn't too bad. Good lesson not to buy that one though. Maybe buy it if it breaks out there, if it's holding up here. That was, I cut my loss not too bad on that one. So EVGN, I got in at 355, and then I cut on that one too. I cut a loss on that one. My goal was for it to hold, and then well, let me just get into it. EVGN is one that's been on my watch list for a while, but when my chart stopped working eventually, and then it spiked to basically $4, and I got a loss on that one. So EVGN, 10:16. 355. It's right in here. 10:50. What time? 10:16. 10:16. Way back here. So right in here. I thought it was gonna hold a little bit. Instead, it started going down. I wanted it to hold the 10:50 area. It didn't, so I got out at 10:47. That was before it put in a low, so that was my fault. I should have waited until 1 o'clock when it broke out right here. The real ideal time to buy was about 360, and it went up here. Actually, speaking of which, EVGN, I came back 375 at 1419. 1419. I bought in up here 367.
Which one's this? They go in here?
And it went down. Right? Oh no, I actually sold for 2 cents. So it went up for a little bit, and then it went down, and I was like, you know what, this is just not my day. I sold. Right? Yeah, oh no. I got in at 375 near the top. Right up here, and then it went down, so I sold in here at 367. Yeah, so in here. And then it spikes up again. So I get in 10 minutes later roughly at 369. What time? 14:37. Yep. So right in here. That's when I sold. Right in there. Very stupid. I mean, it was good because it held the 370s, but then it later went to 398. So I was too soon on that one. That was frustrating. It was the right plan though. Except I should have bought when it broke out. Should have held. Just trusted the higher lows. I probably should have sold in here after I bought the 360s. That would have been ideal. I wasn't there for that, and so this one actually wasn't too bad. It was on my watch list on E-Trade, not on my Profitly chart or Profitly one. But this one, I'll be looking for it to probably spike up tomorrow too, maybe, and I'll be back to discipline and staying on my morning panics only. I'll watch the gap and crap reversals, but I don't need. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't need to trade them. I can watch them unless it's ideal and 10 shares. Anyways, let's get back to this because it's getting a little long. I sold there, so back to GNUS. I just started frustration trading. I got in at GNUS at 133. So 1505. Mind you, I don't even care about these chart patterns when they're dead. I want them up here again. So I knew I was doing something wrong here. 1505. This one I did alright. I bought the breakout. Or I bought the dip of the breakout right here. So, oh yeah, I remember this one. So it spiked up, it went down, held this. I bought at 133 as it was starting to spike. I sold at 137, so near the top, because it was getting toppy up here. It wouldn't retest the 140 area. So this one I'm actually pretty proud of. I did great on this one. So no harm, no foul, because it held this area. And it was higher, it held, it spiked upwards, it broke above this support or this resistance level, it spiked up, came back down. Oh, and I've seen this where it makes kind of like an N. So I didn't think it would get too much higher than this level over here. So that's why I decided to put my order in and sell. I'm happy with that one. That was a good trade. It wasn't for very many cents, but big share size, it wouldn't have been too bad. So LAC. LAC 1513. I did. 1513. So I bought in here. I thought it, yeah, I bought right in here when it was spiking. I didn't wait for it to test it enough because I bought right in here. Probably could have waited to 64. Yeah, could have waited to 864. But I had the same idea as GNUS where it spiked. This one I thought, which it did, it eventually, it just broke down below. I wasn't going to hold for that long, so I cut my loss pretty quickly on this one. I got out for 4 cents, which isn't bad at all. My risk, I was risking about right here, but I didn't even want to get that far, so I was willing to wait and let it retest there, but then it didn't till out here, and by then I was making bread with my grandparents. I was making bread with my grandparents and my kiddo, and then it did what I wanted. It spiked up here, but the risk, my risk wasn't bad. The return was 10, well, about, let's see, if I got in at 60 to 90, so 30 cents. I mean, that's not too bad. Yeah, right in here, so not bad risk reward. Couple cents to make 30 cents, I suppose. So at least I had a plan, and I traded my plans, but they just aren't my bread and butter, and that's okay because I'm learning what not to do. Then I got an SAVA, which wasn't even. So this one I actually felt comfortable with, believe it or not, because if you see, it's spiking, it went up. I bought right in here on the dip. This one was actually hard because I had to keep looking it up on my phone for what the price was, because by now my internet wasn't really working, and so I was waiting for the panic. It was more gradually downtrending, and I've bought these things so many times. I wanted a really quick panic. It started jumping up a little right in here at that support, and then it started jumping at this support. So I'm like, all right, I bought in. I didn't like how it wasn't going up very much. Didn't retest up here, so I just got out. And then it started panicking, and it never bounced, which I had highly anticipated it not bouncing, so wasn't upset on that one. What I'm upset about is my watch list. Beautiful morning panic, beautiful bounce, exactly what I've been practicing. 30 cents, let's see, it went down to 72. I would have put my buy for 82, probably would have got filled around 70 or 80-ish, like 72 or 80-ish. Would have held for about 10 cents. Would have sold into the 90s, or maybe I would have held a little bit longer up until right in here, had I not getting faked out by this in here, because I'm learning to hold a little bit longer. I would have sold for maybe almost a 20-cent profit. So this is what really disappoints me. Beautiful bounce, panic, bottom, bounce. I even thought about holding because it was the first green day, but I couldn't ask for better. Now I'm waiting for it to panic kind of back down here and take a 10 or 20 cent bounce, but I got that, and then this it kind of had a panicked and then it bounced. I wouldn't have bought this and held for that, but the fact it panicked and then it bounced up here. Not saying I would have held for that long, but it's my bread and butter pattern, and I completely abandoned my strategy and what I'm good at, and that's just a shame. RENN, it went down a little bit, so it was right up here, 340s, down to the 320s, and spiked all the way up here to the 360s. So these three at least, I mean, it's just a shame. I should have stuck to my watch list. Good lesson. I think of this instead of a $31 loss, it's like 3,100 or 310, something bigger. I mean, it's small in the grand scheme of things, not the end of the world. This reinforces why I stick to my bread and butter. I can watch the other stocks, learn from them. At least I'm getting better on buying dips instead of buying spikes. So all in all, I can't complain too much. But yeah, unacceptable, and this is why you stick to your bread and butter. So thank you everyone for watching. I will leave a link for Trader Sync probably below. I'm not going to post this video for till probably the end of this next week, because I need better internet to upload this long of video to YouTube. But I'll probably leave my usual links. Profitly, you can sign up to Profitly, you can sign up to Trader Sync. I like using both those trading journals. Profitly is to show all my trades publicly, or you could show all your trades publicly, stay transparent so everyone can see what you're doing, helps hold you accountable. I'll add Trader Sync because that's my online trading journal that I update, that I'm going to and try updating at the end of this month so I can see what my overall was, see if that makes a difference, or if I should keep doing it by week, just trying something different to help psychology. And then I'll leave a link so you can either sign up to Tim Alerts, Penny Stocking Silver, or join the challenge. Like, I'm now a challenge student. I'm on hopefully still my 4th month green, learning lots. Just I highly recommend you joining it if you want my opinion. I did it, so obviously I like it. So I'll leave those 3 links below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notified when I add another post. Thank you, and have a great night.